Okay, welcome to a special edition of the APTER CHAT. One of the biggest pops I have seen or heard from a crowd. You could hear it resounding all the way through all the way through pay-per-view town, not just in the arena. Ricky Morton, you turned out to be one of the most talked about people on the Full Gear pay-per-view.
Wow. You know, Bill, first time in my life I'm speechless. But you got to understand, it's not just me and it's not just Robert. It's what the guys at AEW put together. Gosh, man, they put together a wonderful show. The pop, but the boys. You know what, Bill? Being at AEW Saturday night in Baltimore it was like the dressing rooms of '85. Mm-hmm. I just had so much fun. The way it went that night, I guess it was a blessing. I feel good about myself, Bill. You know, even though I'm 63, I still work out every day. I do what I can to do what I do because guys got to understand I never had a big contract, and this wrestling business is all I know. And I'm just blessed to be a part. You know, I've wrestled for New Japan, Ring of Honor, NWA, and AEW all in the last 6 months. Okay.
And you're a WWE Hall of Famer.
Yes, sir. You got to add that to it, Bill. You don't think I'm blessed? Lord.
Well, let's talk about what happened that night. So on AEW Dynamite, I want to get into the wrestling part of this here. And you know, you and I have known each other since you started in the business. I've known you and Robert.
And you was right there with us for the ride too, Bill.
Yeah. And we had a lot of great times and photographed a lot of matches of yours and interviewed you a zillion times. And you two were always so great to give me your time. But this was amazing because people say, you know, what happened to the Rock and Roll Express, the people that don't know. And then all of a sudden you're on AEW and you two are doing a guest appearance and you're attacked by Santana and Ortiz on Dynamite. And we didn't know what was going to happen. And then, of course, at Full Gear, you two were sitting in the audience. And when you had the opportunity, you got in there. And Ricky Morton, I would have loved to have called this.
And a lot of people, man, you know what, I love the fans. You know, every one of them says, we renamed it to the Morton Destroyer. But it's so fun, not only for me, Bill, but it's great that the fans, after all these years, man, you know, you're going to have your critics, you're going to have your bad, but it's all right. You know?
Well, no, you didn't have any critics. What I'd like to know is what was in your mind when those ropes were open and you went to do the suicide drive. I said, 63, okay. Is he gonna go for that? And you had what was in your mind at that moment?
Buddy, Bill, is what I do. You know,
yeah.
Believe me or not. And let's get back. You can say a lot of things and do a lot of things, but when you're working, when you're working with the best in the world, I'm talking about everybody, things like that become easy. And they are. I mean, I was going to say it, you know, what amazing match the Young Bucks and Santana and his had. And to finish it off with this, you know, I was out there and you know, it started off where Robert and I came out to present the AWE World Tag Team belts, and they jumped us, and I guess you could say power bombed or just threw me through the stage.
Yeah, I saw that. I was concerned about you. Yeah.
And you see it, and we show up there. You know, I had so much fun. Great time.
No. So what? Now, did you ever think? And, you know, for so many years you worked in the same company where Jim Crockett and Dusty Rhodes were the leaders of the company. Did you ever think you would be working in a company that Dusty's younger son would be so involved?
Never my wildest dreams. Never in my wildest dreams. And Bill, you got to understand this too, and I'm not taking the focus off AEW. But, we got NWA wrestling down in Atlanta.
NWA Powerrr.
Yes, and after all these years, I never knew, and I'm telling you, to do it the old way really blew my mind because we didn't know we was going to win the tag team belts to about 3 minutes before our match. We got, not only did we, not only did we surprise the fans, it surprised us, because they didn't, the last thing on their mind was Robert and I winning the NWA World Tag Team titles again. Get a chance to watch that.
Yeah, who would have thunk, right?
Yeah, who would have thunk? I'm telling you, Phil, it was mind blowing. I'll tell you how excited. We had such a pop. Have you seen the match yet?
Yes, I did. It was Rock and Roll Express was back.
Yes, did you see the pop we got with that TV crowd?
Of course,
and,
of course.
Man, it was unbelievable. And like you said the other night in Baltimore, those people were chanting rock and roll so loud and just the pop. It was amazing.
Well,
I'm speechless. I don't know. I keep going on, but I'm not patting myself on the back because it was a lot of people that put this together. And it wasn't people from my generation or the one. It's the generation now that build me. They didn't forget us. You know what I'm saying?
No,
they
not
didn't
at all.
forget us. And it all started off, with Matt and Jeff Hardy. They paid their respects to us on TNA when they did the deletion thing, and then it was the Hall of Fame, and then we just went on, and the younger kids in our business.
The Young Bucks.
I don't know if you've seen. They give the Young Bucks. They kept us hot for a long time. Have you seen the new T show where it's got the Young Bucks? It's got Robert Nice picture on it.
Yes, it's great.
And the Young Bucks and with this, and not only doing it, we did a couple of other YouTube things they do, filming in the back. And they're amazing. They were funny. That Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega is good at what he does, too. And it was really cool. Okay.
Tell us about Cody and Chris Jericho. The amazing, Cody is amazing, but the amazing Chris Jericho just keeps reinventing himself.
Oh man, Chris is he's amazing. It's what we got to do in our business. You know what? And these guys, they have that attitude. You see, Bill, anybody that's out there listening to me, if you're a wrestler, when you step in that ring, you got to make these people understand that you are the best in the world. And when you get that into your mind, and it's not about, did you watch their match, Bill? It wasn't 1,000 suicide dives. It wasn't 1,000 Hurricane Coronas. It was absolutely phenomenal match. And, in there, things happen in our business. Cody's head wide open, man. I'm telling you, we hit that stage.
You know what?
Stuff.
If I didn't know better, I would have thought that Dusty Rhodes booked that match.
Well, buddy, he's following in his footsteps.
Yeah.
The guys, they're all great. You have, it's just a great organization. And the best thing about it, Bill, it's more opportunity for the boys. You hear me?
Yes, yeah.
It's more opportunity for the boys. But, some companies, and here we go again. It's like me. I can't work for a company where you got to walk on crackers all day. I can't work for a company where you're always threatened, because you know me, Bill.
Yep, very well.
You're always worried about your job, or somebody's always threatening you, or somebody's going to say this or say that. The hell with that. I'm actually having a good time. I'm actually doing better than I ever did. And it's not that I took care of myself. I don't care what anybody says about me. I changed my life years ago, Bill. I changed my life. My wife, Andrew, you know her.
I do.
She You know, she was an angel sent from heaven. She absolutely changed my life. You know, she said, I go to the gym, I work out. And, you know, and a lot of people don't even just be working out every day, and it makes you feel good about yourself. And when you feel good about yourself, your relationships are better with everybody. If somebody asked me today, how you doing, Ricky Morton? I said, dude, if I have a bad day, it's my own fault.
Yeah.
Because my life is full of smiles. My life is being where I'm at today and where I'm going. I'm just happier, you know, and especially when you're on the independent circuit, our phones are ringing off the wall, Bill.
See, that's great. And you know what? Since, again, I mentioned I've known you and Robert since the beginning, you have always been one of the most positive people I have ever known, not just in wrestling, in my entire life.
Well, thank you, Bill.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
It's true.
I never give up.
I know that. No.
And I want and anybody out there, it's no matter what you do, just never give up and do it the best that you can. And if you do that, you'll be, I mean, you know, maybe I'm not the richest guy in the world, but God, I'm happy.
Yeah,
you know,
you sound it.
I'm a happy guy. My life is full of smiles. And that's just what it's about. And I love people. It's like you, Bill. You know, I mean, I've known you for a long time. It's always good to say, I'm sorry about the mix-up yesterday.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about
it.
it.
Stuck in airports.
Don't worry about it.
Not having a bad day, but when you're stuck in the airport, you got 100 people talking to you. You hear what I'm saying? Really get recognized a lot now.
Yeah, and there's no more. There's only one magazine left right now, so they're recognizing you from AEW and NWA Powerrr and all the other indies. I got to ask you, by the way, because I wasn't, due to family commitments, I couldn't get to StarCast this time, and one of my biggest regrets, beside not being able to see you and tell bad jokes with Robert like he and I always do, is Jimmy Crockett was there.
Yes, I got to see Jimmy, and David was there too.
I know. When was the last time you saw Jimmy? Because I know you've seen David, but when was the last time you saw Jimmy?
A couple times. Well, I seen Jimmy maybe 4 or 5 years ago at a baseball game, but we couldn't. I couldn't get with him to talk. You know what I'm saying? Robert and I, because we was over here and we come out to do a speech. It was, you know, it was a thing to help people at a baseball game, and I come out and I talked positive thing, and then the Crockett's were there. It was for the Crockett Memorial, some kind of for the veterans. That's what it was.
The Crockett Fund. And, yes.
Yes, for veterans, and I didn't know Jimmy was even there. I just waved at him, but I sat down and talked to him, and I actually told him, you know, it's sometimes, you know, everybody don't. Oh, I even told Cody, I liked it the other day. I said, me and your daddy didn't always get along, but we knew how to work together. I mean, we knew how to make money together.
Yeah.
And I told Jimmy, I said, I want to thank you for the greatest opportunity in the world that you gave Robert and I. Told me, he said, the worst mistake he ever made was letting us go. You hear me?
Yeah, it's true.
Sure did. He sure did.
I remember when that happened.
Mistake, he says, the worst mistake I ever made in my life. You know, but that's in the past. And I told him thank you, and I hugged his neck. And I told him thank you very much.
I don't know if you're going to remember this or not, but I remember one night across the street from the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, the Marriott Hotel, I walked into the lobby and I saw you and Robert. I said, what are you two doing here? And you said, I'm not sure, Bill. Yeah, you felt like out of place as soon as you got into the WWE. It was just, I was sorry to see you leave the Crockett's. Hey, listen, before I let you go, I'm going to impose on you on something.
Okay.
I always talk on my various shows about how our generation of people who wrestled and was in that business could do a promo with just a snap of a finger. They didn't have to sit there and be scripted. So Ricky Morton, tomorrow night, you and Robert Gibson are going into the ring against Ortiz and Santana. They are listening to you right now. Tell them what's going to happen.
Well, I was telling them this from other night in Baltimore. at AEW pay-per-view. That was just a little taste of what's going to happen to you when we meet again tomorrow night. You see, guys, Robert and I, we might be a little bit older, but see, once we got older, we got a little bit smarter. And being smart is what it takes in this business. Even though you might hit me 25 times, I promise you I'll get up 26 of them. And I promise you this. Promise. All the fans, I promised them we'll be 9 times World Tag Team Champions. Now, and I promise you tomorrow you'll really know who the Rock and Roll Express really is.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Are you still? No, that's amazing. Tell us about the School of Morton, by the way.
Oh man, School of Morton. You know, this past weekend we had a show in Panama, Florida, Panama Beach, Florida.
Yeah.
Our TV. I don't know, Bill, if it comes there. We were on the syndicated show, CW TV. A lot of places get our TV. Where it comes into. That's the reason we was in Panama City. It had about 500 people there. I wasn't able to be there. Had Bobby Eaton there. Had the Barbarian at the School of Morton at our show. All our students. They said there was like 500 people there. Yeah, and that's amazing for an independent show. That's not, that's for our TV show, but it's amazing for what we do. I'll be at my school tomorrow night. I've been on the road. I told my people that listen to, man, because hadn't been there a lot lately. I told them, I said, listen, I'm 63, going on 25, and I'm living my dream again. I'll be back. I promise you that.
So
I have a lot of people that.
How can people find the School of Morton if they want to be trained by by the best?
But not only that, Bill, but everybody that's listening, if you want to become a professional wrestler, guys, you got to go to a legit wrestling school. There's a bunch of them out there. There's a bunch of legit ones, not people that think they know what they're doing and don't know nothing about it. There's this School of Morton. You can find me on Facebook at School of Morton. Instagram, the Babyface Ricky Morton. Another Facebook, Ricky Morton, RICKY Morton, and and that's what I do.
Right.
Okay.
Whoever thought you and I would be sitting here talking about Facebook and Twitter and all that kind of stuff?
No kidding. It took me that's another thing. My wife educated me on a lot of stuff. I hadn't told nobody, but I'm taking classes now. I'm trying to get my public speaking better. I'm countryer than a bowl of pinto beans, but I'm trying to use my country accent to put into a lot of talking. I like to do a lot of seminars. If guys are out there, man, if you see me on the show and I got a seminar, you please come.
Yeah.
I don't have the answers to everything, but boy, do I know a lot about this business.
I love
sharing it with you.
I love your country accent because you're one of the nice people, and I love Southern accents, who says my name in 2 syllables. You would call me and say, "Hey, Bill." You do.
I got you. You think I'm country? My wife country, and I.
Oh, all right.
That way.
By the way, you don't even know this. Do you know that's just other than old pop music, the only thing I listen to is country. I'm a huge country fan.
Well, I am too. I love all. You know what? I love punk rock. I love rock and roll. I just went to see my buddy Doug Gray, Marshall Tucker Band.
Oh, I heard.
They were in my town, and Doug's a good friend of mine, man. I went down. I just flew in from San Francisco, jet lag and everything. My flight arrived at 8 o'clock, and my wife said, "Man, Doug is playing downtown." And we got there right when he was going on stage, and I sat right on the corner of the stage, and my wife enjoyed that whole concert. Marshall Tucker Band, y'all get a chance to see them, go check them out.
Great. That's
They're
great.
bad to the bone.
Great.
That's
Thank
that
you.
real Southern rock.
Thank you
Bill
so
Bapter,
I was
I absolutely love you.
wait, don't hang up yet. I was born in the South. I was the South Bronx.
The South Bronx.
Yes. That's where I'm from.
Buddy.
Hey, don't hang up because I want to talk to you after we finish this. But Ricky Morton, on the record here, you've always been, you and Robert have always been 2 of my favorite people. And thank you for all the courtesies and friendship during the years. I took you to your first Broadway show, Cats, and we had
Sure did.
we had great times together, and we still will.
Yes.
We're